let me say this. On the 6th of December 2020, there was a live broadcast which was conducted. I want to believe that was in South Africa because the host of the program resides there by the name J. Israel. I know some of you were there watching when he was live, trying to hear what he has to say, which ended up not happening. That's why I'm calling it the reason behind a failed broadcast, and the reason why it ended the way it ended, where the guests could not feature. I know the reason, and that's what I want to give you. And why the broadcast had to be cut like that, I know what happened, and I'll explain to you in detail. So for those that want to know what you are talking about, we are sitting here and we are discussing the events around the broadcast conducted by J. Israel, a man who's running his movement of Back to Christ. You see, so I want to discuss something that was happening around that broadcast so that you guys understand. The broadcast was meant to tarnish the image of Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. That's not a secret because the poster, the flyer, whatever you call it, the banner, he had all those details on it to say this is the mission. Come, we are exposing the occultic, we are exposing Satanism, we are exposing this man, we are exposing this and that, like what they call him, a charlatan. But tonight we are going to see who the charlatan is. Tonight we are going to see who the charlatan is. The problem is coming on the broadcast with a lie, only so that one can tarnish the image of the man of God. The nature of what you are going to watch in the next few minutes is not just an exposure like the way you're watching right now and you'll be like, wow, what? Wow, what? No. It's also criminal in nature. Because in the broadcast, they are not in the broadcast, in the video that you are about to watch, there are crimes that were committed. There are statements and plots that are criminal in nature, that if they are to be left unattended, to be executed. One might be watching me and say, but why are you responding? Why even speaking about it? I'm speaking about it because certain portions that are in the video that I'm going to give you now are criminal in nature. So if I don't bring them out to public, to you, and they are left to be executed, it will be difficult for even some of you to believe that what is circulating out there is a lie. So to help all of you, to protect all of you, I had to do this. So even though it's not in our nature to respond, this is why I made up my mind to say I'm gonna do this. And no one will stop me from doing this. I have to do it because it's criminal in nature. There's extortion involved. And there's plotting of cases that leads to rape. There's plotting of cases that leads to all sorts of crime, which will be so difficult tomorrow to handle it. But I want to thank God. I know I said I'm not here to preach, but I want to thank God because before everything was executed, I was in possession of the plot happening. I was in possession of that. So I'm here to stop the plan and the evil agenda of the devil. In what you are going to watch is the man that I've mentioned who went on live by the name J. Israel, and a woman whom he was talking to in that video, where they were plotting and discussing how they are going to present a lie on their broadcast, which was meant to happen on Friday, the 5th of December. I don't know what happened, maybe technical or what, and then it was moved to the 6th, which was on Saturday around 8 p.m. at night. So all that you saw on that broadcast was staged. And I will tell you why, because the question is, but how he went live? What happened to the guests? What happened to that's the question all over. I've seen headlines all over social media, and I am sure, because I've asked you to invite people. Some of the people are watching right now and they want to know what happened. Pay attention, and if you are to write tomorrow, don't write what I didn't say. Write what I'm telling you, and keep this at the back of your mind, that I'm doing this because certain plots in the video are criminal in nature. And I'm not just saying them out to you like this. I have personally reported them to the police. So a case has already been opened against the guest who was determined to join the broadcast and lie. So the guest who was meant to join J. Israel on his broadcast is by the name of Blessing Muzongi Mashangwa. That's the name of the woman. This is the same woman who has taken it upon herself years ago to sue the man of God, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, claiming tithes back and so on and so on. So this woman is not new to this kind of situations where she stands against the prophet of God. She's not new to this. First time she did what she did, and it's okay. But this time around, seeing the same person coming again with another subject, not of monies and all that, but to come and say this that you're about to hear, I had to come and speak out and review to you where you hear her saying words that she's going to be speaking. Listen to this right before I give you this video for you to watch. I'm not going to say you enjoy it. There's nothing to enjoy about it. Some of you will be very emotional, but I want you to calm down. Remember, I heard this for a long time, but I'm calm right now. Listen to this. So, in that video, it is this woman, Blessing Mashangwa Mzongi, with J. Israel, sitting on the couch, and they're in the room. Both of them are not aware that there is a secret camera planted in that room, recording every word. Oh my God. I'm sure some of you are already sweating. You're like, what? You can't wait. You can't wait. You see, I'm telling you, so that is the setup where the woman is speaking, plotting that we want to bring it out this way. If we talk about money, it won't have impact. So this woman took it upon herself to join J. Israel's broadcast and claim that she was Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa's second wife. Oh, you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. This that I'm telling you is not something that you will first hear on the video that I'm going to show you. No. Go back to the same video of J. Israel of 6th of December. He said it, that there's a woman whom I wanted to invite, and everyone was left with question to say, who is that woman? And J. Israel told you guys that this woman wanted to come here on this broadcast and say that she was Prophet Makandiwa's second wife, and even give details of where they used to meet, how everything was being done, and. She wanted to come and say that. So there's no way the host can give us a background of what the woman is going to come and say if they've not agreed that this is the point that we want to drive home during the broadcast. But there's a reason why the woman did not pitch up. There's a reason. And I'm tempted to give you the reason before you watch this broadcast. So this man, J. Israel, reached out to me on the phone. He called me. I'm sure by then he was ready to broadcast. He had set everything. Everything was in place. He had spoken to the guests that were meant to come on the broadcast. So he did reach out to me and told me that I want to expose your father. Because with me, I have a woman who's coming out to speak and tell the world that she was in a relationship with your father. She was in an intimate relationship with your father. She was a second wife to your father. So upon hearing that, knowing my father, I gave him a go-ahead. And I said to him, there is nothing like that, because I know my father. I gave him a green light and I said, you can proceed. Not only that I know my father, but also that at that moment when he called me, I was already in possession of the secret recording. So I gave him a green light and I said, you can go ahead. Let the woman speak and you go ahead and speak. As of how I got the video, it's not for you to know. It's for the two, which is Blessing, the woman, and J. Israel. It's for them to do their own investigations of people that are around them. Not just around them, close to them. The two of them, not one of the two, but the two of them have to do investigations. Like I said, that it's not every information that I'm going to give you, especially concerning how I got it. I just told you that it's between the two to find out. Because between the two, there are people close to them. They will have to do their own investigations and find out how all this happened. And I got to know that there were cameras planted in this room or placed in this room, making sure that this plot has been captured. And the two of them are not aware of what is happening, to an extent that where J. Israel was seated, I got to know that there was a audio recording device which was also placed on that couch, so that when they talk, their voices are clear. And these cameras were planted in that room. It's for the two of them to find out how everything unfolded. But what I can say, just being generous, maybe a hint, it's somebody or some people around them. They can do their own investigations. So, ladies and gentlemen, my heart is heavy looking at such. happening right on the camera captured. And at the same time, I'm excited that the evil agenda is amounted to nothing as planned. So there are things that I will come after the video and show you and explain to you which are very strong. And I want you to be ready for what I'm going to say after that. So ladies and gentlemen, the video that we're about to watch is shocking, emotional, and heartbreaking. It's a 25 minutes long video. And I will talk about the video, initially how long it is after you've watched it. But at the moment, I want you to watch this video. This video was way before the broadcast was done on the 6th of December. It was way before. I was in possession of this before the 6th of December, where the live broadcast was conducted or attempted. Whatever you call it, it was an attempt. But the good thing is that I liked on the broadcast is, before it ended, the man also went on to give details of what the guest was going to come and say. You don't know how I was seated. I had to stand up in joy to say, thank you for that. Because there was no way I was going to come out and start saying the guest was supposed to say this, yet the guest didn't pitch up, or the host did not say it, you know. So the host went on to say it because he was not aware of this. The reason the woman did not show up. Now, to those that want to know, the reason why the woman did not pitch up is because right before the broadcast, I took a screenshot of the video that we are about to watch and sent it to the woman's WhatsApp number. That's what I did. And said, hey, I have you on this recording, and I know you are about to go and lie. Go ahead and lie while least you are aware that I am in possession of this video that you're about to watch. Guess what? That is the reason why she didn't pick up the call. That's the reason why she didn't join the broadcast. It is because she was already aware that I am in possession. I'm sure she was shocked, confused. What's happening? Just trying to figure out she was not herself. You see? So that's why she didn't pitch up. And during the broadcast, I'm sure you saw when Jay Israel was live, someone was calling and was saying someone is distracting. That was me calling him.
My sincere apologies, guys. My bad. I think I was supposed to actually disable all the incoming calls before attempting to go live, but we are back. We are not backing down. I see somebody says make it faster. I'm going to try and make it as fast as I can, but this requires time. And I really want you, wherever you are, to try by all means to be as attentive as you can be. Try by all means, share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite everybody, and let them know that I'm live. We are live together, and we are in this journey together. I'm not in this journey by myself. I'm not in this journey alone. We are in this journey together. For so many years, so many people have been taken advantage of by the pastors, the prophets, the bishops, and all that. So when I started this movement, when I started this revolution, I knew exactly what I was doing.
Trying to draw his attention to check his WhatsApp message, because I had also sent to him, but he didn't get to see it before the broadcast. He went on to see it. He only saw it whilst he was live. And that was the end. The reason behind the failure, that's where it all went wrong. because I started making moves to show my people that I have this content, and everything ended in tears. Like they always say that it will end in tears, and everything ended in tears. That's how I interrupted the whole thing. And up to now, I'm sure only the two knows what's happening, and the rest of you are about to know. So I just had to say that before you guys can watch this shocking, heartbreaking video of the woman coming up to say, I can lie. And this man, J. Israel, being used to be the interviewer. I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him because he was used by this woman to go ahead and press live button, waiting to bring in a guest who confessed to say this is a lie. So ladies and gentlemen, there are things that I'm going to say after this video that you need to hear. Sit back, relax, watch. I'm not going to say enjoy. There's nothing to enjoy. It's so heartbreaking. Watch this video and I will come right after 25 minutes. Thank you.
Now we are live. Yeah. So where were you meeting? Which places, which countries and all that? Okay.
And I'm not here to start dishing information. I think the main agenda is no one's confess your sins and one another and the guy will confess and then you move on with your life because you'll be feeling this heaviness and this much. So it's not like I want to bring him down to think yeah, but we were just like a normal couple. We did what we did, we loved each other, we were good for each other, and yeah, he showed his love for me in many ways that would not show other people. My father would
So can you tell us where were you meeting? Which areas, which countries have you traveled together as a couple?
I told you the answer.
Pastor T knows.
Pastor T knows. Pastor Romulus knows. Those are the only people, and I believe when we do things, still take that
Okay.
Having an affair is having an affair.
It's just a normal thing.
It's not a normal thing, but it just happened. I don't think it's not like he went out there saying I want to have an affair, and I don't think I went out there saying I want to have an affair. But when I had problems, I would call my prophet and I would go to prophet, and I'm sure it also his problems that he's not able to share with other people. And you know what it is when there are two people who are also high profile. No, I can't say enough high profile. When you've got two people with so much to lose, they've got no one to share with their issues.
So definitely this thing was very secret.
It was very secretive. It was two people who were going through a lot, and they realized they could go through it. We through that together. And we did. I became very strong because of him. He showed that he was a pillar. He was a pillar.
You would come.
He would say, go through my prophet, but the answer would already be there that I'm coming. And I will not be surprised to see them not coming together because it's not my prophet I'd invited anyway. I'd invited my own man.
So you would never come to your functions with the wife? Nekuti vaitoziva kuti aiwa izvi ndezvedu. Okay.
He was trying to be respectful to me.
Saka relationship yenyu yanakidza.
It was a good one. A very good one. We understood each other.
Saka my prophet vanongatifungira.
It was not my place to try.
Akanombonyumwa here kana kumbosuspecta anything.
I think I'm the kind of woman who would, if I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm not in a relationship with the crowd. I'm not going to be trying to think what my prophet is thinking.
Okay.
I'm not going to be trying to think what that my pastor is thinking. I was assured by my name that I was loved. That was enough for me. It was enough for me.
So that assurance was good. Hapana zvimwe zvamaida.
I had no doubt whatsoever that he was for me. Whenever I had no money, he would send cash.
Yay.
With Pastor T. Sometimes it would be said Pastor T is coming to collect tithe, but in fact he's coming to drop money.
Oyemi tithe yakolekwa kumba?
Na Pastor T.
Nainakiro.
And yeah, if I'm depressed, I would know that I'm not happy about something and they try and make it right. Like I remember there was a day I went and I knelt in church in front of a pulpit. I remember my Lazaro brought me Zambia on the cover. We came that same night. And she came with me, Makando, not to know why it is happening, opening, not to know why it is happening, but the two of us would know. They will look for each other, two of them tablets. Exchange mode.
Are you sure?
Okay. Where did we get it from? We were scammed. So to think that Makando is a good woman, I never asked. Makando, it was about me and him, both of us.
Kutotaura futi kuti vanhu vanofungidzira kuti murume aita zvemabhebhuyu but kutori nevandinoziva vari kuchema vakawanda. Ndakatozoonawo.
Why did you not talk? You know what, these people, it's a psychological thing. Once you do things with these people, they will make you believe that if you say anything, you will die or you will be cursed or something.
So that's why I've been quiet.
I was quiet, and even when I left UFI, I was actually prepared to continue. And I would say, because that was what was drilled in us. But once we leave this church, it's like the grace is gone.
You die.
You die. So I was already thinking, I might not die.
I will die. And for the sake of my kids, I don't want to die.
And I became stronger and stronger. But I was when I was more on this paper, but then I said, no, if in the relationship I can talk about it. It's not true. So I'm sure there are a lot of women out there afraid with Indikataura. Makandiwa. Hey, Makandiwa, I will die. No, you will not die. It's an affair, it's an affair.
So if you want to speak out, feel free to speak out.
If it makes you feel better, it makes you feel like you can start a new chapter in life, do that. No one is dying, no one is sits that high making God, it doesn't work like that. As I gained confidence in God, and because once the Mariam said chaptera, then I started to see with the business. You know, I bought a house in Joburg, I bought an office in Joburg. This was after Makandiwa. That's when I said, no, this guy is a liar. I'm not going to lie. Manipulative. So yeah, I decided that I'll talk about it. I didn't go asking Makandiwa out. Makandiwa is the one who came. Saka inini kuti ndibvunze kuti muri kundifarira sei ndichizwa kuti pane munhu aripo, ndakangofunga kuti amen ndezvekumba kwavo, focus on my own dream long.
Kana kuti zvino mwari mukati.
Zvino mwari mukati. Because kuda kutozondipusha kuita pastor, he pushed so many times. Which means he wanted me to be very involved in his ministry. I didn't want. Yeah, no, that's all I'm for you.
Yeah, no.
course you will know that it's true. And you say even the divorce, I'm looking at WhatsApp messages from as back as 2016, 2017 with your wife. Before even if it was in the High Court, you knew they were divorcing. And you were saying they were divorcing because they left the church, but you were the first person to know. What is your comment on that? You have to depend on you. He's the one who caused it.
He's the one who caused the divorce.
By having an affair with me. Then he was the first one to also know. But then he went to the second one and tried to make it seem like we were divorcing because we left the church. No, we don't play like that. You see. We cannot play like that. But I told her to put it on, you know. I swear with his own. Ever, I said with Makandiwa, may thunder strike them. Yeah. I swear with the most precious two people in my life, Zoe and Emmanuel.
I believe you.
I did not.
I believe you.
And I did not. People know how dangerous you are, especially pastors. You actually start by predicting. I told you how you will go. I prophesied Michelle will go. I'm prophesying now the third one will go is Makandiwa. I'm sitting here with the claiming 1,400 people amounting to $12 million. You are calling saying, my brother.
There are people like that.
Come. No, they are not there, guys.
Okay.
They are not there.
Okay. But they're claiming their money is back.
And I'm managing it. Today I'm sitting on claims over 12 million before I even put the one woman being owed 1 million.
It's only 1 million.
For me, but it's about 798.
US dollars.
I used to be rich, but I will go back.
Listen, you are crazy.
I know.
1 million.
No.
Why didn't you recover it?
I'm taking any suitcase 800,000 when I'm young, but it's okay. I told you. So he has got it. I know he's keeping it. He knows what he will lose. He will tell you, my brother, those 12 million in claims. Leave them alone, my brother. Come get 1 million.
But who do I talk to?
Start with a live.
Okay.
They will come. I know how he operates. And the good thing now, other people want to claim their own ones. They will start coming now. You even dedicate a WhatsApp line for claim for people who just want to claim. Confidential, discreet. Send your name. Send your amount. We are promising and guaranteeing you get it back because he said it. Another man does it.
No, it's at all. You said it?
No, he said it. I'm paid for you, I think.
We have made money. We have made money. I'm telling you. Mzati changoti.
Mukabati
I was the second wife. I just sungirira.
Kuti yes, kuti second wife.
No, but did you were the second wife?
I will say. Kuti not our beef. Even in the South Africa, chair fingers nikagari. Ndio condition inataka move. Kuti ndipo chimshiko changu.
Muchechi.
I will say it. But it's a lie. It's a lie. Ask them my bodyguards. Ake baba wangu vakarwara aipinda hospital after hours.
Kunoona mda.
Kumwana baba wangu ask vanipa veins. He will leave, divert. Mimi Makandiwa achinda nemoto yawe achinda pavenius kumwana baba wangu. That loyalty. You think it was just loyalty? No, it was mad. It was a marriage. Hey, but
It was a proper marriage.
You can ask your mother. Never slept with Makandiwa. Never. But I could go to his house. He has got a lounge. And my sofa that no, not like this, like those are brown, but I can't white.
Live here, though. In, I think, probably 2 weeks consecutive. The same way that I did with Aflukao. Takatanga kuma miracles. Nikaenda kwa Skana. Nikaenda ku Mari. Nikaenda, bit by bit. Kuma cult, kuma chichichi, kuma prophecy, one by one. Videos did you announce to my display. But umuntu wandoziya kuti mawani paachanzonzwa kuti mawani paachanzonzi blessing his life. I'm telling you. Because nyaya inenge tukachatanga kumanyira pfungwa dzake koko kuti pakaipa.
I don't tell you how much it was Makandiwa.
Yeah.
If he's thinking it's about money, the strategize in angle, it will shock him.
Man, I would. Because once he hears what you are like, he will know that you are coming to talk about money.
So it will be another issue. Tinga Twitter is fabricated. It was the second wife.
Yeah.
And the people who believe it.
I'm telling you.
And the babongo said, that's why.
That's why.
When I was
everything.
People start saying,
even with details, he came, Kumba, he would do this, he would come. He came unannounced at some point, he would just,
Ndakangomudza inini kuti pa-VIP kana ndisipo ndisagarise munhu pasiki pangu ende kakawanda ndozvaizoitika ndisana tozoita fight. Functions angu aitozoti anouya ndikamunudza kuti business hatichafamba itorikuruta kumira pastage aipapapa ende anenge anyora because amanaka vanova kuti shuwa munambobvira makamaketa business romwe munhu kunze kwake but
ndolega rakangomaketwa business hakuna rini.
Mbotaurawo navamwe vanhu 5 vekuuefa kuti inobuderwa munoziva kuti munotrust because inobhilivika but yo
anochema musodzi andorara pasi akataura akaisa musoro maoko mumusoro kuti yai because mai Makandiwa ndovanotanga kubvunza kuti saka pese pamaenda kuSouth Africa naBlessing ari kuSouth Africa muri kuSouth Africa ndozvamaiita.
ndinoudza kuti endai majambo vakandega ndaivakirwa naMakandiwa ndaiona kuti mari yacho zimanishomero akaanonza muchechi kuti baba endai munotenga imba mubhuku anga atonditaurira kuti zvoti mugare korera kuonana kunofonera
akaanonza muchechi kuti
ndakuona matenga imba mubhuku
atuza mese muri tuna upenyu
muchechi chiuya mugare mubhuku mwari vari kuti uya mugare mubhuku
ndobva anotenga zvake imba.
vanhu vakapenga kuti ivo vapinda mubhuku vari kuti nini chiendewo mubhuku munemba yenyakanaka vanhu vakatati nedemanishoni yekumaoko yanyakanaka imba iyoyo akati but it doesn't make sense ema musina imba you've got 2 properties ari kuti ndaimotenga mubhuku for what. And people start making one and one.
No, people will make one but no. This is true. This is true. This is true. It can never be a lie. It's very true. How do you think what do you think would be his reaction? I'm not reactor, say.
You know chinoita naMakandiwa inini handinzwisisi nababa vevei but tanga manobvunza mai venyu kuti munina Makandiwa mutange manyazoziva
But there was no relationship whatsoever.
Nothing, never, nothing. But even inini ndakasvika pakubuda muyear 5, even dai uri unzi upenyu haasi kuziva kuti tinotaura kumuti baba nditambobvunza muyear 5 last day ramakabuda Makandiwa begged upenyu, don't go, God is saying it's not yet time. How he knew, I don't know.
I never been informed.
But it has nditangozvitaura tiri kumba kuti kunooneka nhasi, but chechi sakatomupera, he begged her that he don't go. No relationship whatsoever. And then I was not dramatic. My chairs I do not aikonzeresa muyear 5. Machairs angu inini
Pamegara
pataigara izvozvo
amenyatsogara pamberi chaipo chaipo
to the point yekuti inini ndikasvika ndikaona munhu akagara ndaitotena ndienda kumateresi, chechi yaipera maasha achinditsvaga kumateresi. Ndakarelaxa zvangu. I didn't try to be. I think you just need to have people in year 5. Ask this woman about me. Kuti I was under mashango. Yeah, you could tell it was a perfect couple, Shane. Perfect.
1 second. See, as soon as I go live with this woman, this Jackie Pamoto lady.
That one where
yeah.
That one where I can book around the great secret.
I am not good. You're not good.
But you know, I don't fungicide because it's a lie. I don't eat fungicide because it's a lie.
Which one?
What's the second wife?
The second wife. But how do you think you will react once he hears us saying that you are the second wife and whatnot?
Do you know Makandiwa, everything about me, you did it publicly.
One bedroom,
I one bedroom and in
but he didn't get very nice revenge, manje. Pamari beba.
But you're better off with the money, cut us out 12 million claims.
You think how much do you think he might take out?
So calculate about 1,400 people. But that would claim at least 1,000 US each.
Okay. How many people?
1,400 people.
Why should I claim 1,000? That's like 1.4 million, right?
Is it 1.4 million?
Yeah, 1.4 million or 14 million.
Kumarano zvizoto vakawanda ruda mari dzavo nematenda avo nemota dzavo. Iyoyo will shake him. But you was what second wife and you will regret everything.
Ndipe sounds are good.
Ndiyo tutora phone yangu.
Aiwa, phone sounds.
Okay, ndimoona kuti ndinobata here bisawa vanhu kuzimbabwe kuti harare.
Aiwa, bata sounds.
That one ka.
Bata sounds.
Uya yakana kumuzwa kuti sounds ngatichingotaura kuti makatomborara naye ka.
But anengakuda something.
Inobva yanyasosimba but.
Anengakuda something.
Aiwa uya yari beat up Makandiwa ka. Mengere good revenge. She will feel honored. But you don't negotiate as you.
No.
Send me to
no, I don't. You know what? I don't even talk about that.
No, but you need someone to say that you're doing in green life. I think in a life money.
All right.
I know that cleaning but you walk up and with a string, you're going to go to the or you're blessing and guys, but what I don't have any empire, I will say, my madam broke women.
Deal. Iye ndiye munhu akekuda iye. Uyu.
Aiwa uyu kuti ndakada ndandiri girlfriend, avo yanozvishistubhita, anozviti.
Tikabatanidza uyu nemagirlfriends chaiwo chokwadi. not a problem. It's okay. On the day of the actual Ningi live, one thing I can tell you ndechekuti alikuwa alikoko kana asatambonamata muupenyu wake achafuka mapazi atanga wanamata, telling me because anenge asikuziva kuti chii chiri kuda kubuda because anoziva kuti palive yangu kapa apangouyija dzetuzekei
tikanoti munhu tanzwa runyere kupereraga kudai taiva tazvirova seprofesi nokuudza kuti dedende munongoita seprofesi, so pazvinozobuda zvezvatanga vakazvitaura asi tinenge takatonzwa nerumazikari tofanira toenda kumberi. Vanenge vachitoziva kuti vakada havo kuzotaura naye vakava chiro chavataura vanhu vachangobhilivha because we're too close.
Yeah, pakaipo.
But we need to treat it question.
Pakaipo.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're still okay. As of me, you know, it breaks my heart to see that in this world we have individuals that are determined to tarnish the image of men of God to this extent. You know, I know I've watched this video before, but watching it together with you and looking at your comments and your reaction made me feel what I felt the first time I sat down to watch it. There are people out there that are determined, as you have seen, that this woman is determined. Blessing Mashangwa is determined to tarnish the image, because just trying to think of it, that how can one boldly say, I'll go in public and say, I was in a relationship with Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. To go in public and say, I slept with him. To go in public and say, we'll travel to South Africa, to some places, booking in hotels. All those things, those are things that don't even add up, especially to us who know our Father. His face and images everywhere. There is no way you can walk into a hotel and there won't be chaos there. What more walking into the hotel with a woman who is not his wife? Those are things known to us that they don't make sense. And now known to you and the whole world, especially after watching this. You heard on some other parts where she even said, where she even said, if I ever slept with him, I swear with my children. She mentioned their names. I'm not going to mention their names here. They are kids. They know nothing. Swearing that I swear with the lives of my children if I ever slept with Makandiwa. That's how she said it. Let thunder strike my children. But then plot to go live in public and say, I had a relationship with him, which was not even there. And you heard on the video saying, it's a lie. So everything that she needed to go out there and lie about is covered in this video. We have all the lies, all the plots, using J. Israel so that a message can go out there. Because this is one man who is known to expose pastors. But there are men that you cannot touch and go unpunished. I'm sure this is a clear message to the two of them, especially to this woman, that there are men that you cannot touch and go unpunished. If you go unpunished, it is their choice not to punish you. Now, I have come and said no to this because the plot is criminal in nature. Imagine plotting to gather hundreds of people to say, come back and claim your monies. If you do that, Makandiwa will pay you. This is the woman telling J. Israel that we can gather people who claim their money, $1,500 each. They started calculating, is this millions and so on. So if you come out and say that, Makandiwa will bribe you so that you don't continue with that, you will lose money. That's extortion committed by this woman in this 25 minutes video. The plots of saying we can call girls to come and we can pay them, and you hear this woman saying to J. Israel, no, you don't have to talk about paying yourself because your image, you don't have to talk about money. We have to find someone who talks about it. And she said, I can do it. She's the one bringing an idea of go around and buy girls that can make a kill and lie that we had a relationship with the prophet. You all have that in this video. Everything is there in this video. You heard it yourself. I'm equally shocked. So this is criminal in nature and it has been reported to the police. That's why we are coming to you. We are organized to that level that we don't just come out and give statements without reporting to the authorities. So the authorities are already aware of this. They're in possession of this video. And now we are coming to you so that you can see for yourself what the man of God goes through. Now, this is what I don't understand. That coming across such information, not just information that one can doubt, but information that is so open like this, showing us, me and you, that whatever that was meant to be said on the broadcast was not true but a lie. So what I don't understand is how this man, J. Israel, would then go ahead and open his Bible in future, tomorrow, any other time, and preach to you, knowing that he can sit in the same room with this woman and plot lies against the men of God, planning to go in public and say things that the two of them know that it is not true. I've heard him in so many of his presentations and sermons where he called people charlatans, people unholy. But what we are looking at right now is not, I repeat, is not the nature of a man of God, the way he claims to be. So what I'm seeing here is not the nature of a man of God. So I don't understand how he is going to preach to you guys tomorrow and talk about holiness, yet he can be found in such a situation where he is sitting, plotting together with this woman, arranging, advising each other, encouraging each other, commenting on this matter, making sure that it carries the weight that it doesn't have. I don't understand how he's going to preach tomorrow and call people charlatans. So because of this, I'm sure you can tell who the real charlatan is. The same man that calls other charlatans, he is the charlatan himself. As you can see in this video, that he is the one in this video together with this woman discussing and arranging. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand. I don't get it. I can't even picture it. That a man of God who claims to be all good and have repented can be found in such a situation where he is in agreement with a woman who is actually lying and is aware that the woman is lying. You have to answer me tonight as you are watching me, that who is the real charlatan. Now, listen to this. This is very important. Listen to this, it's very important. I want you to even to adjust your sitting position if you are seated. If you've got a glass of water next to you, just take a sip and listen to what I'm about to say as I wrap up. I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to. You are in shock. Listen to this. This video is 1 hour, 40 minutes long. But all that you have seen is only 25 minutes. So which means we have 1 hour, something around 1 hour, 15 minutes that I still have. I just gave you 25 minutes of 1 hour, 40 minutes. What does that mean to you? It means I still have more content. And I've got my reasons why I had to leave out some parts. I'm sure you have heard that it starts as an audio and then the picture comes in later. I have parts that I deliberately took out in respect. Oh my God, get me on this one. In respect of names that were mentioned by the two whilst they were plotting. The shocking part is the remaining footage that I'm in possession of. There are names of individuals that were mentioned. Individuals that are close to Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. Not close like close as in claiming to be close. I mean close to the men of God. And these individuals are men of God. And these individuals are not sons of the prophet. No. They are not pastors of the prophet in the church. No. They are not leaders in the church, no. These are men of God that are close to the prophet. Their names were also mentioned. So I deliberately took out those parts from the footage that we've just watched in respect of them, so that I can protect them for now. But I have in possession audios of how these men of God that are very close to my father, how they took part in plotting this, supporting this woman to go ahead and claim that she is the second wife to the prophet. I'm not gonna tell you that it's a lie. You already know it because you've watched the video that I gave you earlier. You know it yourself. It's a lie. And the woman even mentioned that you know it's a lie, we are planning. You see. The shocking part is the men of God whose names I've taken out from the video you've just watched are also heard participating in other recordings that I have. That's the shocking part. And I'm going to monitor the reaction of each and everyone after this broadcast. And if I find anything that is of the nature of criticizing what you've just watched and what I've just said, then that will be a green light for me to go ahead and release what I've kept, which you will hear what will shock you, the involvement of other close men of God in this whole thing. You'll be shocked. And I pray that it will not happen that way. So because of this, I know to some unwise people, this is a battle line drawn. But understand that Evidence Chari is not fighting anybody. I'm just protecting what feeds me in my spirit, what feeds me with the word, what feeds me with direction. I'm just protecting my own men of God, the way each and every one of you, every son does to protect his own covering. That's what I'm doing. So I don't expect anybody out there to take it otherwise. No. Just before you think of coming after me, you just think that if he was my son doing this for me, was I not going to be grateful? So please, if anything happens to me, even a single headache, we all know where it's coming from. It is the people involved, the woman in this video. If anything happens to my wife, to my kids, to people that are around me, my parents, I know who did this. Because in my life, I'm one person who rarely gets sick. I don't remember the last time any part of my body was in pain. I don't remember being in trouble or being caught up in danger. If it starts tomorrow, it is because of this. Remember, the matter has already been reported to the police. And any attempt to question what I've just said, I will respond it with more content. Remember, it's a 1 hour, 40 minutes video. Not only that, and another one of the involvement of other men of God in this. Let me wrap up by saying, some of you must repent today and see the power of God. Because there's no way under the sun where you can capture a plot before execution. No way. It's 1 in a billion times where you can come across with this. So this is not intelligence. This is not a skill. This is the power of God. that you guys must see for yourself that surely the power of God is in existence. The power of God is in existence. Where, explain to me, how does this anointing work? That it starts from the plot to the execution, in control and at peace, dominating. Some of you watching, I know you used to criticize the man of God, Prophet Makandiwa, but this is your opportunity to see. Think, don't be too quick to criticize. Don't be too quick to be negative. Just look at this video. If you haven't watched it, it's in the comment section. I've pinned it. Go on YouTube, sit down, watch it again, and tell me, what do you call that if it is not the power of God? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that there's a God in heaven and his power exists. And to everyone who is out there, it's also good for you to know that there are anointings that are beyond you, and you need to honor them, pay respect. And those anointings, I've seen them upon the man of God, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa.